with meteorologist Julia Blanchett.
Western Colorado is expecting an interesting next 24 hours. For a change, we are not above normal for our temperatures, and that is music to my ears. We have been way too warm for way too long. But today, over your next 24 hours, you're expecting to be a little bit cooler. This morning starts out with 75 degrees at the 7 o'clock hour. And there is a possibility for passing cloud coverage, as you see. There is also a possibility for a little bit of passing shower activity. Most of those showers will not make it down to the ground because of how warm and how dry we've been here in Western Colorado. But it is certainly a possibility that we see some showers later this afternoon, which will start to populate over the Montrose area. So passing showers over the Montrose area maybe later this evening. For the most part, the high country will get most of the action. You can see a lot of that precipitation off towards the high country. But nonetheless, we are going to be seeing some strong wind along with these changes. Most of our wind is coming from the southwest, just like our clouds and just like that moisture. We have a really nice solid southwesterly wind flow establishing itself and pulling across our state as of today and later this afternoon. But with all of that being said, the southwesterly wind flow is transporting the moisture to us by a process called moisture advection, which means that we are pulling that moisture from a different place, bringing it to us. We're doing the same thing for cloud coverage, and that comes with some wind as well. So we'll be pulling some wind in later this afternoon. Grand Junction expecting about 25-mile-per-hour wind gusts later this afternoon. The Montrose area 20 by 3. And then if we fast forward by an hour, Delta and Cortez start to join us within the 20-mile-per-hour range for our wind gusts. So don't be surprised if you start to see some gusty winds or feel those gusty winds later this afternoon. And don't be surprised by all the cloud coverage today. Things are a little bit cooler and our weather is a little bit more bearable today, I'd say, just because of the cool down. But there is one factor we are forgetting to talk about, and that would be your near surface smoke. This morning, the wind has not kicked up. Once that wind does kick up, the smoke will definitely start to appear in different places, but as of right now, we are still seeing a pretty thick smoke signature over Mesa County, over Delta County, and over Montrose, highlighted here in that bright blue. And we can even see the fire signature right here in Mesa County. A lot of those fires are still under the process of being contained, but there has been great progress made over the last several days. And we're going to continue to see smoke. A good rule of thumb is that if you look off into the distance, maybe that's the monument for you, the Mesa, or whatever that might be, and things are looking a little hazy, that's a great indication that you are breathing compromised air and you might want to head inside. But again, keep that in mind. That is still a factor, even though that there is no air quality alert issued for today. We'll keep you updated if that changes. But in the meantime, your high temperatures, especially if I haven't mentioned your location yet, about 95 in Grand Junction, 96 in the Delta area, 90 in Montrose, and then in Cortez around 91 degrees. Meeker, 87. And if we take a peek at what's going on overnight, our temperatures are actually on the warmer side because we will have a lot of cloud coverage helping us keep all of that heat down near the surface. So Grand Junction is almost at 70 degrees overnight, 69 degrees, Delta 64, Montrose 63, and Cortez about 55. Lastly, if we take a peek at those 7-day forecasts, Grand Junction expects to be pretty average today. The average high is actually 95 degrees, and we're right on the nose with that today. 95 degrees expected by Tuesday and Wednesday, 94 degrees, and then headed down the line for the rest of the week. We're expecting to get gradually warmer finally by the weekend. But the same thing is expected for Montrose. They could see a passing shower or two. They're the most probable location out of all of our locations for that rain, with the exception of the high country. So maybe a passing shower or so later this afternoon, but partial cloud coverage will definitely pop up in and out throughout the day. 90 degrees turns to 89 Tuesday and Wednesday. And if we take a peek at what's going on in Delta, about 96 degrees on your Monday. On your Tuesday, 95. Wednesday, 96. So staying pretty average and low here in the Delta area. And by the weekend, we could get up to the triple digits again. So that is on the horizon, but for the meantime, Cortez is expecting 91 degrees. The Tuesday, you're expecting about 89 degrees, and Wednesday, 89 degrees again. The average high is 91 degrees, and we're right on the money for those 91-degree highs today as well.